A very good evening to all of you. I am Dr. Shashigurum and welcome to Online Learning. Today I am going to give presentation on the topic of HP2 ERP software system. Earlier I was thinking to give this presentation to all the faculty members and the students of our institution, but due to some limitation on the number of participants, I decided to upload in YouTube so that the ERP coordinator, the faculty members and the students of other institutions know about the basic functionality of this ERP software system. There are two motivations behind this presentation. The first motivation was that ERP coordinator know the basic functionality of this software. So I want all the faculty member, all the students to also know about the basic functionality of the ERP software system. So that in case if the ERP coordinator is transferred to some other institution, then if this responsibility is given to some other faculty member, then he will be able to work easily on this ERP software knowledge by knowing the basic functionality of HP2 ERP software system. So this presentation will be helpful to that faculty member. And the second motivation was that when I was contacting the Ganeshji, who was the technical expert of this HP2 ERP software system, he has much responsibility of handling the technical issue of the different institution. So I thought that I should not disturb him, but I was given the responsibility to implement the ERP software system in our college. So I usually text him that this is a technical issue that is I am facing in my ERP portal system. So even busy in meeting, he called me at night and resolved my query. So I thanks Ganeshji that he guided me and he gave technical support even in busy schedule. Now, when I started making the video, then I come to know the functionality of the different section of the ERP software system. When I go through all the module section of the ERP software system, then I decided that there should be some introductory of the HP2 ERP software system so that overall the faculty member, all the students know the basic functionality of the ERP software system. So let's start with the topic. So these are the outline of this presentation. The first outline is introduction, then HP2 ERP website where we have to go and log in. Then I will discuss about the role in HP2 ERP software. Then I will discuss about the function of different roles which are in HP2 ERP software. Then there is a HP2 ERP tutorial video from where the ERP coordinator can learn how to work on this ERP software system, or the faculty member can also learn. Then in the last part there is a acknowledgement. So I starting this topic, that is what is a ERP. So the ERP full form is Enterprise Resource Planning. That is means it refers to a type of software that organizes users to manage day-to-day business activity such as accounting, procurement, project management, risk management, compliance, and supply chain operation. So this is in a context of business, but in the context of education, like HP2 ERP software system, the day-to-day activities like academic activities like timetable creation, then internal mark submission, then attendance marking, all these are come under the ERP software system. So the online attendance is daily day-to-day activities, and the timetable creation, that is a semester wise. So all these are available in HP2 ERP software. Now I will discuss where is the HP2 ERP website and how to log in that website, and what is the domain name of that HP2 ERP website. So you can see that this is a HP2 ERP website. So the website name is www.erp.himtu.ac.in. So here you have to log in. If you are the faculty member, then you have got the faculty username, that is the email ID, then password, and through that login ID you can log in. There is also account of the student. If the student has got the username and password, he can also log in this HP2 ERP portal. Admin also log in through this HP2 ERP portal to handle the various section activities like academic activities like timetable, subject allocation, faculty course allocation. All I will discuss in the next. Now I will discuss what are the different roles in HP2 ERP software. So you can see that these are the different roles in HP2 ERP software. The first role is head admin. The second role is academic admin. The third role is admission admin. And the fourth role, that is exam admin. The fifth is the library admin. And the last is faculty. So all the function of this admin will be discussed. So this is a HP2 ERP portal. When this ERP portal is logged in, then you can see that there are many roles. There is a switch roles, then exam admin, then head admin, academic admin, faculty, library admin, admission admin. So these are all the admin. So I divided this ERP roles into various section, into various parts. So this is a overall different component of this software. Now, what are the different function of the different roles? If we are talking about the head admin role, which is a institutional director, then under this software there is an option for organization configuration, there is an option for departmental configuration, there is an option for post and role configuration. The head admin can also assign role, further delegate the duties to other HODs, member of faculties, and he has also the role in the academic section. So if I talk about the organization configuration, then you can see that these are the screenshot. So under head admin, you have to go into organization, that is in the left corner side, and there you have to click on the institutional configuration. So here in the institutional configuration, you can see that there are different departments like textile, mechanical, electronics, civil, applied, and there are the address, then phone number, then fax number. So here you can add the branches, add the departments. So that comes under the organization configuration. Now there is a departmental configuration. In this departmental configuration, once the departments is added, you can add different batches. For example, in textile, you can see that this is a starting year, then the end year for the batch 2020 and 2024, then the syllabus pattern 2015, then there is a number of term, that is 8 semester, and the strength, that is 66. In the same way, there is also other batches, so 2019, 2018, 2017. So here in the departmental configuration, you can modify, you can add intake also. You can see this option, add intake. Now in post and role configuration, the head admin can assign the role to different HODs or the faculty member. About post, you can see that there are two options, that is at institution level, at program level. When we are talking about the institutional level, then it is a director level. When we are talking about the program level, then it is a departmental level. So in the option that is available, that is post grading mapping, employee upload, service book, role mapping. So in post grading mapping, here we have to add all the post, that is director, associate professor, professor, then assistant professor, all the posts that are available in institution. So here we can add, here we have to add the grade pay. So all this come in this section. Then after creating post, then we have to upload the employee details. All the employee details will be uploaded in this section. Then there will be service book of each employee has service books, so all the details of that employee is also updated in the service book. Then in the last portion, that is a role mapping. So here it is a very important part. So here the director of the institution, which is a head admin, can assign role to different HODs or faculty member. So these are the different roles. The first role at program level, you can see that is the academic administrator, that is the academic admin level. Then exam administrator, that is exam admin. Then admission administrator, that is admission admin. Institutional head administrator, so that also be assigned to some other. Then there is a TPO officer, then alumni referee role, then policy level mapping, that is finance administrator, registrar, leave administrator, purchase administrator, inventory administrator, stock administrator. Then there is a entity level role mapping, that is library administrator, transport administrator, then hostel administrator. So these are the different roles that can be assigned by the head admin to all the different HODs or the faculty members. Now here I am going to discuss what are the different roles to be performed by the academic admin, and this comes under the academic section. So this can be given to the academic section for dealing this. So here you can see that there is an option that is employee management. Here there is an option that is employee name abbreviation. Employee name abbreviation is required in timetable. So like we have added the employee name, I have added the full name. That's why in the timetable there is a name, full name. I can also add the abbreviation, like in my case I can also write SG. So in short form I can also write. So here in employee management you can do employee name abbreviation. Then there is a student management. Here the academic admin can register students. He can also take out the students list. He can also change the department. Suppose if one student is studying in 2018 batch and he has to be transferred in first batch, then even in this student management section you can transfer that student from 2020 batch to 2018 batch to 2020 batch. So that is done through change department. So there is also document. Here the documents is uploaded by the student, like bona fide documents, like other institutional education certificate. So all this under the academic role. Now that is a now another role is batch section management. In batch section management, the admin role is to plan the batch. Suppose the new semester is going to be started from the this date, then that semester will be added in the batch section. Then after adding the new semester, there comes the subject allocation. Now the faculty will be allocated subjects. If the batch or if the semester is fourth semester, then it automatically shows the subject of that semester in the faculty allocation, in the faculty course allocation. And depending upon the subject assigned to the faculty and according to the subject assigned to the faculty, that is updated in the this software under the subject allocation. Then students also given that subject, and there also we have to update the course allocation date. If the session is started from this date, then that date has to be allocated. Then there is also option for the timetable creation under academic admin. The timetable can be created, or the academic admin can delegate or can allocate this duty to further departments or to the academic timetable coordinator at the institution level or at the departmental level. So it depends upon the management, top level management, how they want to allocate the timetable duties, whether it is to be allocated to different departments, and respective departments will create timetable and upload in the uh, ERP portal, or the institutional level timetable committee will upload the timetable or will create the timetable. Now there is a duty allocation of the timetable that I have discussed now. Then there is also important thing, that is a evaluation parameter configuration. Once the subject is assigned to all the faculty member, then for each subject the parameter has to be configured. Parameter means that is this lab is of 30 marks and the theory subject is of 40 marks. Then in this option, for each subject, the parameter has to be configured. Only then you will be able to see the marks or see the internal marks of the labs or the internal marks of the theory in faculty login ID. Then there is attendance analysis under academic admin. The attendance analysis can be done, attendance analysis subject wise, faculty wise, or date wise can be done by the academic admin. Then in the last, marks freezing. Once the faculty submit the internal marks through faculty login ID and freeze the marks, after that the academic admin freezes the marks. And once he freezes the marks, it cannot be changed. So these are the some important functionality of the academic admin, and which has or which can be performed by the academic cell. So this is are some screenshot that I have recorded. So here you can see that this is a batch section management. See all the semester here it is added. Semester 8, 6, then 7th. So the date will be changed accordingly when the session is started. You can see that in the end there is an option that is add new term. Suppose the next semester is going to be started, then here you have to add. If you have already added, like here I have already added the next semester is 5th for the batch 2019. So term 5th you can see for the 5th semester. Then term 6 is also added for the batch 2019, and term 7th semester, term 8th semester. So here I will not need to add this term again and again. Only I have to change the academic session. After adding the new term, here you can see that it should be in active mode. It should be in the status should be in running mode. So here the second semester and fourth semester is currently running, and the session is from 1 May to 9 July. So both are running. So it should be displayed like this. And how it can be converted into status running, that I have explained in video. This is a subject, that is faculty course allocation. So these are the subjects, and here the different faculties have been assigned the subjects. Then these are the student course allocation. These are different subjects, and you can see that there is an option view assigned student. Before viewing the assigned student, you have to click on the above option, that is click here to map student with the courses. When you click on that option, all the students of that branches will be allocated this subject. So for each subject you have to see the view assigned student. If there is no student, then again you have to click here to map student with course option. Then you have to also see the allocated date. If the allocated date is from the starting of the session, then the attendance will be marked from the starting of the session. If the allocation is date like I have allocated 20 May. So the attendance was marking from the 20th May. It was not from the 1st May. So I changed the allocation date from 20 to 1 May. So that will be done by the ERP coordinator. If the academic cell is not able to change the date, then the technical support can be taken from the ERP coordinator. But all this functionality has to be performed by the academic cell, because alone ERP coordinator cannot do all the work of different section. So it can be contacted for technical support. I have also explained in detail the step-by-step process in videos also, so that the every members of different section are able to work properly on this software. Then there is a admission admin role. In this admin role, there is an option that is institute wise preference list. It will display the institute. Then there is a batch section planning. Then it will register the students. Then once the students is registered, it will be approved by the admission admin. So you can see that these are some screenshot. I have not worked on this section, but hoping that in the Next, or in the current, in the June July, I will able to see the functionality of this admission admin role in detail. Then there is also option of exam admin role. In exam admin role, you can see the option that is exam student form approval. The students from their students login account submit the examination form, they submit the fees, and from here the exam admin role, that can be the part of academic section. So here the academic section check whether the students have submitted the examination form, and if he or she has submitted the fees, the form will be approved by the exam admin. Then there is a exam attendance list. During examination, the attendance list is printed out and the attendance of the students is taken in that attendance list. Then there is also library admin role. I have not go through this video, go through this exercise. In library admin role, you can see there are many options, that is library configuration, books and journal, member registration, member accounts and card. So member registration means all the members can be registered. There is a member account and card can also be printed. Member card can also be printed from there. You can also define the rules, that is general rules and fine rules. If the books is not submitted by the students, then there can be fine rules, deposit rules. So everything you can mention in that rules. Then there is an online public access, which is an important part of this library admin. Then there is a digital library. In digital library, your institution can create digital and can upload digital data and can upload in the library section. So this is a online public access. If you click in online public access, you can see that these are the online courses. You can click on this courses, and suppose there is a free book, you can click on this option, and from this you are able to get much knowledge on different courses. So HP2 has procured this ERP software so that during the COVID pandemic situation, all the students are able to learn different things using this ERP software. That is, in the library section there is a OPAC, so the students has the opportunity to learn these online courses. Then this is a this is a digital library. So you can see that there is a uh, option for upload docs, create library category. So here the digital content can be created or can be uploaded, and which will be accessed by the students of the institution. Now faculty role is very important in HP2 ERP software. Once the subject is assigned to all the faculty member and students allocated the subject, the faculty can create course file in that HP2 ERP software. He or she can share the documents or can also share the links with the students. I have also made a video how to share the documents. The document has to be uploaded in document management system, that is DMS, and from there the faculty has to share the documents. Then there is also option for online attendance marking. The attendance can be marked by the faculty. If the allocation date is from the starting of the session, the faculty will be able to mark from the starting of the session. uh, I have also made a video on attendance analysis, how the faculty can analyze the daily, monthly or percentage wise attendance. This option is available in academic admin, but some faculty member called me that whether faculty can analyze the attendance at their level. So I started searching the option in the faculty ID. I have also faculty ID. Then I got this option. So it is very important for the faculty, so he or she will be able to analyze the attendance daily or monthly or percentage wise, or he or she can also edit the attendance in case he has marked present as absent or absent as present, then he can also edit attendance of the students. Then there is also important, that is online quiz configuration. The faculty member can also create online quiz, configure quiz, or schedule the quiz. I have also made a video on this. You can see in HP2 ERP software video tutorial. So here there I have made video on this topic. Then once the internals is evaluated and the marks is submitted by the faculty will freeze the marks and later on it will be freezed by the admin. Then there are some other duties which has to be performed by the faculty and that are assigned by the head admin or academic admin. So here if the faculty has been assigned the role of making the academic timetable by the academic admin or by the head admin, then he has to perform the duties. So these are some different roles under faculty login ID. Now I will discuss about the student's role. These are the student's role. The student can also log in the HP2 ERP portal. They have got the username and password. When they log in, they see this option. The option are view attendance subject wise. They can see the subject wise attendance, how many percentage of attendance they are getting. They can see everything there. Then there is also option for the assignment submission. The teacher can give assignment online and the student has to submit the assignment. Then the student also has an access for the study material and he or she can watch the video links. The faculty can share the documents or share the links. The students will be able to access from their account. Then the students can also participate in the online quiz. The faculty create a quiz, configure the quiz or schedule the quiz. Then the students, according to the schedule, has to participate in the online quiz. Can participate in the online quiz. Then there is an option for the students to download the timetable. So if we talk about the manual process, the timetable committee members assign the duty to create a timetable. Then it will be the print will be taken out. Then after that it will be pasted in the notice board. Then it will be uploaded in the website. So it will take some time to reach at the students. So by using this ERP software, once the timetable is freed by the HODs or academic admin, the timetable will be displayed to all. The students will be able to download. The head admin will be able to see the timetable created by the different departments. So in this way, the ERP software saves the times and it reduces the delay and it also reduces the paperwork. So that is a benefit of the HP2 ERP software. Then there is a option for university exam form submission. The student can submit examination form, pay the fees online, and the fees receipt can also be downloaded from their account. Then there is an option for the download admit card. So there are much more option in this ERP software. Now this is a tutorial video that I have made when I was assigned the duties by the head of the institution to give some knowledge about the ERP software. So I decided to make video presentation so that all the faculty members and students or the clerical members able to understand the step-by-step process of the ERP software of the different section. So you can see that this is a YouTube link. YouTube, that is you can see HP2 ERP software tutorial. You have to search HP2 ERP Dr. Shashiguru. So here you can find many videos how to update faculty username. Many times faculty has called me that I am not getting the password. So I checked their account and found that their email ID was written wrong. So I updated there. So I thanks also faculty member who give me the technical issue and I was able to find that technical issue and able to solve that issue. So for that you have to update the faculty username. Then there is a how to set abbreviation for the faculty names in the timetable, how to create timetable, how to allocate subjects, create timetable, how to assign role and allocate duty in HP2 ERP software. That is the most important. The works will be distributed in a to all the section. Otherwise, it will be a single channel, centralized system. So the allocation of the duties or assigning role is the important module that I have covered in this software tutorial. Then how to mark attendance, share document, upload, then how to edit attendance, add holiday in holiday calendar. So some faculty called me that Mr. Dinesh Bhatia ji called me. I am thankful to Dinesh Bhatia ji that he told me that even in holiday he is able to see the lecture. So I log in through the academic ID, log in through the head admin ID, institutional ID. Then I started finding where this problem can be solved. So I found in the timetable there is the option of add holiday calendar. In holiday calendar, when I added all the holidays, then there was no option in the faculty login ID of the lecture showing during holidays. Even one faculty also called me, Dr. Vicky Kumar, assistant professor in EC department, that when get schedule is clicked from 1 by 2 21st, then he is having more subjects. So it display all the subjects. So it create a confusion. So I suggested that for particular date, for example, for particular date starting and ending, you can also mark attendance for the particular date. So it will be easy for him to give to mark the attendance. So I also work on different that is how to transfer, how to add the transfer employee in case the employee is transferred from one institution to other institution, then how to add that employee in the current ERP portal system. So these are the video tutorials. You can see here I have explained everything how to work step by step for the different section. Then I would like to thanks to the HP2 for procuring this ERP portal, which is a really very beneficial to all the faculty member, to all the students during this COVID pandemic situation. I would like to thank our director for having faith on me and giving this responsibility to give knowledge about ERP to all the faculty members and the students. I would like to thank Ganesh ji who gave technical support, who resolved my technical query during night time, daytime, without whom it will not be possible for me to make video. Then I would like to thank viewers also for liking this video, for motivating me. I would like to thank my parents also for taking care of me by telephonically asking me, "Have you eaten food or not?" Then I'm saying, don't take any tension. I'm working on the ERP portal and also taking care of myself. So then I would like to thank all the faculty members and the students, especially faculty members who cooperated with me, coordinated with me for implementing this ERP software in our institution. Thanks to all the students for helping me in making video like Vanshika Textile Class 1, Class Textile Class 1 coordinator, then mechanical, that is Abhay Singh, who also supported me in making videos. Then I would like to thanks last but not the least Almighty, who gave me energy, who gave me protection from uh, COVID. By his blessing, I am able to protect myself from COVID. So if you have any problem in this ERP portal, you can ask in the comment section. I will definitely reply. And I would, before leaving, I would like to thank you. Thank you all. Thank you very much.